Hello and welcome back to CodeChef. Today we are going to learn about abstract class and their methods, how they work in real code and their examples. Before we start, make sure to run the code alongside this video using the CodeChef online compiler. The link is in the description below. So let's get started.
Abstract classes. What is an abstract class? An abstract class is a special type of class in Java that cannot be initiated, is meant to be inherited by other classes, and acts like a blueprint for subclasses. You can think of an abstract class as an incomplete template. It defines common properties, common behaviors, but leaves some parts unfinished for subclasses to implement. A real-life analogy would be, think of a vehicle blueprint. All vehicles have wheels, can start, can stop, but the way they move is different. A car uses an engine, a bicycle uses pedals, a boat uses a motor. So instead of defining everything in the base class, we leave some behaviors abstract. The key properties of an abstract class is 1. It is declared using the keyword abstract. It cannot create objects directly. So animal A is equal to new animal is not allowed. It can contain abstract methods with no body, concrete methods with body, variables, and constructors. A syntax of an abstract class looks like this. For example, abstract class animal, abstract void, make sound. So here we have abstract class name and we will have our class body over here. Now here let's look at a practical example. Here we demonstrate how abstraction works using an abstract class and subclass that extends it. We define a abstract class name, animal we can see over here, and we have a common property and private string name. It is shared by all animals. So an abstract class method make sound is used, which does not have a body and must be implemented by subclasses. Then we create two subclasses, one of a dog which extends from animal and one of a cat that extends from animal again. So we use it inherits the name property and construction from animal, that is it extends from animal, and it provides their own implementation of make sound method. So now let's look into the code properly. Here as we discussed, we have abstract class name and we have private string name. So each animal has a name. We have a dog that extends from animal and cat. Then we have our constructor public animal string name which initializes name. Then we have public string get name which is returning the name. Then we have our abstract method string make sound. So there are no implementation, it must be implemented by subclass. Now we have our dog class and we use override. So this dog class is inherited from animal and it calls parent constructor using super. Then we have override which will override the method and it will return woof, and here it will return meow respectively. So we have our main method over here. Here it creates a new dog called Buddy and here cat called Whiskers. Now these lines will print what the dog and the cat says respectively. So now let's run this program. So here Buddy says woof and Whiskers says meow is printed. Here we understood abstract classes define structure and subclasses provide specific behavior. This is abstraction in action. Now let's talk about what is abstract method. An abstract method is a method that has no implementation and is declared using the keyword abstract. It only defines what should be done, not how it is done. The syntax for the same is abstract return type method name parameters. For example, abstract return type is void, method is make sound over here. The important rules to remember are abstract methods have no body, it ends with a semicolon. If a class even has one abstract method, the class must be declared abstract. The subclasses must implement all abstract methods, otherwise they also must have abstract. Now let's look at another example. Here is a real world example. So different bank accounts are here. We have saving bank accounts that earns interest and checking accounts which don't. So we create a common blueprint. Now let's look at the code. So here we have our abstract class bank account, a string account number, and we have our constructor of account number and balance. If the balance is plus or equal to the amount, the system will print out deposit and amount with the new balance. And we have public void withdraw, and if the balance is greater than or equal to the amount, it will print withdrew with the amount as the new balance, otherwise it will print out insufficient funds. So here we have public void withdraw. If we withdraw something which is more than the amount or equal to the amount and we have enough balance, it will show the withdrawn amount and the new balance. If the amount is less, it will print out insufficient funds. Now this is our abstract method to calculate interest, and we have class savings account that again extends from the bank account. We have the interest rate, for example we are taking 4%, and then we have public savings account which we'll add our account number, double balance and interest. Here we have our constructor, here we have our override method. Now we'll calculate our interest with balance into interest rate upon 100. We have our class checking account which again extends from bank account. We have a checking account number and balance, and this will override the method, and there is no interest for checking account, so it will return 0. Now we have our main class. Here we have our savings account. Here is the account number. We have our balance and interest shown, and checking account along with the checking account number and our balance. So here we are showing that savings account we have deposited 200 and checking account we have drawn 300. Now let's run this program. So we can see deposited 200, new balance is 1200. We withdrew 300, so new balance is 1200. So and our interest from the saving account is 48. So here we can see that abstract classes cannot be instantiated. It is used as a blueprint and can contain abstract and concrete methods. We can see that abstract methods must be overridden in subclasses. Here we have overridden in both the subclasses, and the main benefit of abstraction is it enforces a structure, promotes code consistency and supports abstraction. So our key takeaway is abstract classes cannot be instantiated. It is used as a blueprint and it can contain abstract and concrete methods. There is no implementation of abstract method and it must be overridden in subclasses as shown. And our main benefit is that it enforces a structure, it promotes code consistency and supports abstraction.
In this video, we learned about abstract classes, what the methods are and how to use them. To have a deeper understanding of what we've learned today, practice on the CodeChef online compiler. The more you practice, the better. Keep practicing, keep coding, and I'll see you in the next video.